everyone. I know it's been a very long time since I've done one of these. It's been a long time since I've recorded anything. And I know I should be consistent, but it's really difficult to get everything set up and organized. So I am experimenting with vlog style, and it's still a lot. I'm thinking maybe it will be able to get a little easier once I get used to it. This is what I experience in a day as it relates to lymphocytic colitis. Today is Saturday, December 4th, and everything that deals with lymphocytic colitis in my day today has gone into this video. Today is a laundry day because I am on my last pair of clean underwear that are not too big. Thanks, colitis. Not quite the way I wanted to lose weight, but oh well. So this is not my coffee pot. This is my husband's coffee pot, which is why it's dirty. I've been glutened by I've been glutened by coffee before. When someone without clean hands made coffee, they ate a donut, made some coffee, I drank it and got sick. So I have my own separate system. I like my coffee fresh ground. This is the coffee I drink, organic espresso blend. I like the dark roast, and I get it because it's organic and it's also fair trade. This is Good and Gather. I get this at Target. I can only handle 3 teacups of coffee a day. So there's sorry it's dirty, but there's a little mark in here on I don't know if you can see it. There's a little mark. So there's a minimum amount on here, which is 4 cups, and I just fill it up. And 14 seconds. Beautiful ground coffee. I just love the smell of it. Can you smell it? It smells so good. Love it. I wish I could drink more. And we carry the filters and the grinds over to my coffee pot. This is beef tallow, which eventually I am going to show you how I make it. It's just beef fat It reminds me of white chocolate. Obviously, it doesn't taste like that. It's actually what you make candles out of, so sometimes it has a waxy kind of smell to it. Take my knife, break off some chunks. And I don't have a clean place to set my screen except for my dedicated shelf under here. So, because I only have 2 hands. So I go ahead and I think I need a little bit more. That's good. Did you like getting dropped? So I was trying to take the phone off of the holder thing, the ring light, because this little creature is waiting for me to sit down so that I will give her a treat, because I'm making beef and she loves that, right? So now I need a new fork and knife because I dropped that on the floor. Take my food over to where I always sit at my desk, right? I got my coffee set up. So here is my first meal of the day, and it is just about 11 o'clock. All right, you want something? Huh? So this is her treat, her angel eyes. She's just over 15 pounds, so she gets 2. Is this what you want? Yep, sit. Can you spin? Spin, good girl. Okay, so here's a secret. It took me a while to figure this out. I like my coffee black. I don't put any cream and sugar in it, and I haven't done that for years. It is so much better that way. But I learned that it's even better. There's something about that first sip of coffee right after eating something, whether it's, ground beef, liver, tongue, arm roast. It is so good. And this is why I pour my coffee early, so that it has a little bit of time to cool, so that I can drink it right after my first bite of food. Really good. I like it when it's crunchy. And now for the best part. It's like chocolate. So good.
So there are a few perks. I mean, you could do this if you didn't have colitis, but there are some perks to such a restricted way of eating. For Thanksgiving, I brought my own food. I didn't eat turkey. I didn't eat sweet potatoes. I didn't eat stuffing, obviously. I didn't eat any of the food. I actually had a bit of a panic attack before Thanksgiving about, not a panic, it's more of like an anxiety attack. It was mild. I cried, and you know, it's like I'm going to be surrounded by all this yummy food and I'm not going to be able to eat it. I brought my favorite yarn and I knit socks the whole time. That was comfort knitting. I couldn't eat comfort food, but I could do comfort knitting. If you work with yarn at all, you know that there's a difference between different types of fibers. Some are just easier to work with than others, and so I brought the ones that were easiest to work with. They cost more. It made me feel better. I am going to eat my tongue, and I will join you for my next meal. One of the hardest things about this condition is not knowing if you really have to go or if you just have a lot of cramping going on, and a lot of belly noise. So I had a lot of belly noise. Think the laxative scene in Dumb and Dumber. That kind of noise, really loud. So I just sat on the toilet waiting for something to happen, and it never did. And of course that interrupts my day. I'm trying to get laundry done. You can still hear I've got more in the dryer, trying to put away clean clothes, and then I'm like, well, plus I'm trying to learn things. I applied for a part-time position at a indie author magazine, crossing my fingers because it sounds like something I can handle, and I'm trying to learn some of the tools that they use. I gave up. I was sitting on the toilet, nothing happened, I gave up. And so I continued putting away laundry, and I felt like I had to go again. This time I did go, a little bit of diarrhea. So this is what I do every time I have an issue going to the bathroom. If it's a normal BM, then I'm fine, I don't take these. But every time it's not normal, I take one of each. So here we go. So this is loperamide, which is basically Imodium. This is also the anti-gas one, which I didn't mean to buy, but went down my windpipe. And this one, I just take one. This is a bismuth. Both of these are not the name brand. They are the Target brand because they are gluten-free. I just didn't feel like looking up. Sorry, I still have a little water in my windpipe. I didn't feel like looking up to see if the name brands were gluten-free. And Target's pretty good about having gluten-free store brands. Maybe it's because I don't eat anything sweet except for an occasional glass of wine, but the bismuth, it's a little on the sweet side to me. So this is almost like a little dessert, which is weird, I know. I'd rather not have to take this dessert. To show you, since today is Saturday, I put my beef liver in here to thaw out. Hopefully it'll be thawed for tomorrow. And this will be dinner. This is oxtail. Hopefully I won't need the wine tonight. I needed it last night because I got my flu shot and my booster and I felt miserable. Maybe about an hour I'll be drinking this. This is just a bone broth, and it's still slightly frozen, so I'm leaving it out on the counter. And I still need to clean the stove from the splatter from this afternoon. All right, I forgot to say that this light layer here is beef fat, so that's more tallow. All right, we're gonna do it this way. I can up about a dozen of these every time I make bone broth. And take off the lid, and I put salt in it. It's not salty enough. I thought that I was going to be eating the other bunch of beef tongue, the second serving that because you saw me split it into two, but I don't think I'm that hungry today. So I think it's just gonna be broth for the evening, and that's it. I'll probably have the tongue for my second meal tomorrow. Sometimes I only have one meal, sometimes I have two. That's it. That's my day. Do you need a treat? I lied, sort of. I did need one more thing. It's a glass of wine. I'm having some cramping issues. I think it's a lot of that is due to stress. I had a really unexpected reaction. I probably should not have gotten my flu and my booster at the same time. I didn't have a reaction with the first two shots because I had Pfizer. This time I had Moderna. Maybe that had to do with it, but yeah, so. The only time I drink alcohol at all is when I'm hurting, because there isn't a whole lot else I can take other than acetaminophen. So definitely no aspirin, ibuprofen, no NSAIDs at all. And I found out too that I can only handle one glass. If I have more than that, then I'll have a reaction. So this is what I have a tendency to drink. It's what I found because it's organic. It is also no added sulfites, and it's of course gluten-free, which helps. That's it. This is a little too sweet in my opinion. I prefer the drier wines. I'm not normally a drinker. I've never been a big drinker. I drink literally for medicinal reasons. And that's not a joke. I know a lot of people say that as a joke, but it's not for me. But yeah, so that is my day.